everyday superpower where we talk body language, non-verbal communication, that is, human dynamics, relationships, game, and everything in between. 2 links in the description. One will take you through to the catalogue of body language, where you learn how to read people from head to toe without their awareness. Second to that is the Patreon, where you'll join me in watching real life dating footage. I'll show you attraction and repulsion cues in real time. You'll see that in the world around you. No one else will teach you it to the depth I do. Now, let's talk about perception. How you are perceived. I might go on a little bit of a ramble as I've not necessarily planned this one out, but I've got a lot to say. I think we're going to direct this into the realm of a woman perceiving you as someone who is attractive. Okay, that's what you want to hear, right? And that's where we're going to go. So let me bring this in. Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. So when you walk down the street, people look at you and see you. You're wearing a t-shirt and jeans and shoes, and you walk down the street in a particular fashion. Now, take that exact singular fashion you are walking down the street, but replace that t-shirt with a mink coat. Right? People look at you different. They might not be aware of what it's made of or what it's fashioned of, but they will see there is a higher quality of substance within your demeanor, and whether they are aware of it literally costing more or not, they will see something that they've not seen before or not seen often. So by default, they will be intrigued by you. Now, their intrigue captivates their attention, and that attention can lead to attraction, because they weren't even giving you attention or attraction before, but now they are. You dig? Perception. You walk down the street with that same t-shirt. It's a blue t-shirt. There's nothing on it. It's just plain. When you apply a logo to the center of that t-shirt, a big bold brand, Moncler, Canada Goose, Gucci, Louis V. I mean, Louis V don't really come with the logo shirts from what I'm aware, but you know what I mean? Vivienne Westwood, so on and so forth. When you apply that simple sticker on the center of your chest, people start to pay attention to you. People ponder about you purely due to their perception that that brand has molded in their mind. You might not necessarily believe in this sort of stuff, and to be honest with you, power to you, because you don't need to fall into the trap of thinking that if you spend £50 more, £100 more, 200, 300, 500, £1,000 more on a shirt, that it's going to be of any value to you. No, but the perception of the world around you will change. So I guess to a degree you are actually paying as such. But with that being said, nothing stopping you from getting that printed in a dodgy printer works illegally for the same price as a normal t-shirt, and people are still going to look at you different because they are simply blinded by the recognition of a brand that should be in association with wealth and money. Do you see? You can walk around with a chain covered in cubic zirconia diamonds. They're not real diamonds. They're cubic zirconia, but they sparkle like diamonds and look like diamonds. And the whole world will perceive them as diamonds until they get a diamond tester out. And who's got one of them? And who's going to apply it to you? You see where I'm coming from? Now, I'm saying don't live a lie, because I think there is a contrast between that. If you can pull it off, yes, pull it off. But I don't think you should go out of your way to be a fake person. If you are knowingly in awareness that your shirt and your designer gear and so forth is fake, I think that's actually quite destructive and detrimental to your character and the way you hold yourself. But given that it is real, you will hold yourself in a manner which might be of a higher frequency as to what you would do elsewhere with a standard t-shirt. Women will perceive you in the way that others perceive you. They won't look at you first and foremost and say you're beautiful. They're going to look at you and think, how are other people going to perceive this man? This is some real talk. A man will look at a woman independently and say, I want to engage in some love with you. and that will be the be all and end all. I think you're very attractive. I'm turned on by you. You tick my boxes for what I need, and that'll be the case. But for a woman, it's going to be more so a case of, and understandably, this isn't in a disrespectful manner. If anything, it would be disrespectful to say this woman looks at us purely as an object as we do them from time to time. You know? I think we should look at ourselves and cast judgment on ourselves as far as the red pill is concerned. But the woman, biologically speaking, is looking for a man who serves purpose in a few different areas, and she knows that her girlfriends are going to perceive this man in the same way, and so she thinks about how other people would judge this man in relation to her, and that is how she casts this man's sexual market value, right? Not purely down to looks. You could be a bum on your ass and have incredible model looks, but if you can't put a penny in this woman's pocket to ensure that she survives or enjoys a better quality of life, what does it matter to her? Because she'll go to the next man who can do more. You know what I mean? We don't look for women to do more. Although we might do, but we expect a bare minimum. Although some women like to not give the bare minimum in this day and age, and that is a problem. I'm not here to go against women because that's not the case, but there are certain specific criteria that I know I need in a woman. Such as cooking. I'm a big fan of a woman who cooks, right? Cooks well, cooks good food, nutritious food, spends time in the kitchen because I can't. That's what I look for, and some women will be like, oh, well, that's fine. You've just cut yourself out of my dating pool. I'm not that interested, and clearly you're not interested in me because you're not interested in catering to a person who needs that. That's completely understandable and fine, and there's not a problem. So a woman will look for a man who ticks the boxes, societally speaking, as opposed to independently, right? Is this man good for my tribe? Does he make me look good first and foremost, due to the characteristics, ambition and possessions and materialistic sort of, portrayal he exudes into the world? So I say that to say this. You must, if you want to, run game and, optimize your value in a woman's eyes, you must portray yourself as somebody who has and will have more and has more. You must portray yourself as somebody who women find attractive, because that fulfills everything she needs. She doesn't need to find you attractive. She needs to find that other women find you attractive, which is ridiculous, right? But this can be manufactured. You can do it through passing comments. Now, I wouldn't say lie to her because I don't believe in that. I believe in honesty. So you don't lie to her in saying, oh, yeah, this girl and that girl, because she'll pick up on that and understand that. And I've heard that 20 times over from the men that have come before you. You quite simply just say, I was on a date the other day and blah, 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 and tell a good story because you have been on a date, and then she will find interest in you and interest in the story because it will be her way of indirectly sort of breaking down who you are, how you act, what you've got to offer, and how women perceive you, right? Quite detrimental if you'd say I went on a date and she didn't like me because of this negative trait, because that woman will just be like, all right, wow, okay. I've just as I was going to take influence of her liking you, I'm going to take influence of her not liking you. You see where I'm coming from? This is the case. Testimonies on businesses. Look at ratings, Google reviews. 4.5 out of 5 stars. Are you going to bother looking at the negative? You might do out of interest, but it doesn't really make that much of a difference because generally speaking, it's 4.5 out of 5 stars. It seems like a reputable organisation. The reviews are gleaming and honest and seem to be made from proper, real people on real accounts. Great. I'm more than happy to sign up to this. It's understandable you can't always get 5 out of 5 stars. If anything, 5 out of 5 stars would be more questionable than 4.5 out of 5 stars. These testimonies are more beneficial than trying to upright sell yourself 24/7 each and every day of your life to each individual person. You allow your reputation to sell itself indirectly, and you needn't do any of that work any further, because these girls already know who you are and what they expect of you and what they perceive of you. And if you manufacture that to be a good thing, then we're laughing. That's a little talk on perception. Click like and subscribe. Check the links out in the descriptions. I'm signing out. Peace.